hold up. All right, so it's the after show. Thanks, Comic Fam. Thanks for being here. And I just found out here because I was joking around with Jeff because when I first met Jeff way back in the day, this guy, I thought his name was Jeff Itken with an E-N. And I put that in my phone. And then years went by. I've known Jeff, but we didn't see each other all the time. We see each other a lot now. But I know his name is not Itken. It's Itkin. I just was spelling it wrong this whole time. But then Jeff says, yeah, but I don't have a middle name. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. Like, you're joking. What's your middle name? And he's like, no, for real, I don't have a middle name. Dude, you don't have a middle name. I'm holding his ID right now. And he actually doesn't have a middle name.
And my dad doesn't have a middle name either.
What? Dude, it doesn't have a middle name. So, Comic Fam, I'm looking at his Washington State ID. His license number is I'm just kidding, no. But it legit says here, Jeffrey Itkin. But there's no other name there.
No, man. I don't need a middle name. I got it right the first time.
That's just crazy, dude. I've never met anyone without a middle name. Comic Fam, do you know anyone without a middle name?
I don't even know if it's common, not common. I've never really thought about it. I just know I didn't have one, so I never really cared to check it out.
Did you get made fun of in school because you didn't have a middle name to pick? Oh, look at that guy.
No, it was one less name to be made fun of. So,
yeah.
No, it's streamlined.
What was the reasoning? Is it because your dad didn't have one? They're like, yeah, you don't need one.
I don't know, man.
What did they put on the birth certificate?
Asked.
There's always a space. Like, you got to fill it in, don't you?
Well, there's spaces on a lot of sheets when I ask for a middle initial. I just don't put one because I don't have one. It's just blank.
Wow. So when you do your initials, you're doing your complete name with just
And I believe my birth certificate is Jefffery.
Oh, they spelled it wrong?
Instead of not Rey.
But what's on your eyes? That one was spelled right.
This one's spelled right, yeah. I
Interesting.
believe it's Ery.
Wow. So not only do you not have a middle name, they screwed your first name up.
At birth.
At birth. Crazy. I'm learning so much about you right now. It's so fascinating.
I am an enigma.
And this has never like held you back in any way? Never prevented you from getting a job or something?
No.
You ever been like, oh, what's your middle name though? Like, you want to open this account? You're like, I don't have one. You've never had that conversation?
I mean, I've had the conversation of what's your middle name? I don't have one. Wait, what?
How often in your life, like how many times in your life do you think, if you were to guess, that you've had this type of conversation with someone who is just interested in the fact that you don't have a middle name and find it surprising?
God. Usually it's a pretty quick conversation. People just move on. Not like right now.
No, I'm just getting started.
God, it comes up plenty. You know, especially every time you're trying to sign up for something. What's your initial? I don't have one. You don't have a middle name? No, I do not have a middle name, so I do not have a middle initial.
Because the first thing you said was like, no, I don't have one. And then you kind of chuckled because you knew I wasn't going to believe you.
I know.
But then it is like the self-fulfilling prophecy because you don't actually have one because I've confirmed it. But in that moment, you thought that I thought you were lying because you had a silly middle name. But you don't.
I just don't have one at all.
You just don't have one. Wow. And you don't feel any different as a person for not.
No, because it's like that thing where like if you never had it and it was taken away from you, you didn't really miss it, right? Like if you had it and it was taken away, it hurts more, right? Because you've experienced it. So if I had a middle name and someone took it away from me, I might feel a little bare, you know, naked.
Little bear, dude.
Bare naked?
Bare naked?
No, but I don't. I feel just as whole as I always have.
Okay. Interesting. Well, this is a great segue because you said Little Bear. And that was a great cartoon. They don't make it anymore.
Little Bear was a cartoon?
Do you remember that?
No.
That Little Bear cartoon? He was off in the woods and he had a bunch of different friends that were animals. And they had a very slow narrative, which is kind of uncomfortable, but you find yourself watching it. It's really weird.
I feel like I'm watching you right now explain something that never existed.
Little Bear? You've never seen Little Bear?
Little Bear? No.
Hold on,
I know about like the bear family in the woods. Like
it was called Little Bear.
Papa Bear, Sister Bear, Brother Bear. Then there was Baby Bear later.
Yeah, but the show Little Bear was like in the 90s, I believe.
But that's the series we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
No. This is, you would know Little Bear, this one.
Oh, Little Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to go in the woods and I'm going to learn things.
Now I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it here. You're welcome, Comic Fam. Oh, they have the full episodes on the YouTubes. Let's see if we can get this up here. All right, here we go. See, they're flying towards the moon, dude. a bunch of animals are all flying up into space. So what we're looking at right now is Little Bear and his family's got an owl, a hen, a chicken, and there's a cat, dude. The cat was dope. This was called Up All Night. It was about the animals being up all night, dude. Ran by Susan Collins.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember this?
I remember the show, but I did not watch this show.
Dude.
The only show I watched with bears was Cloud Kicker when they watched with Baloo and that block with the Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck.
Look at Little Bear's face and tell me that doesn't make you a little uncomfortable. He looks a little too happy to be a sentient bear that is like talking. He speaks English. Technically, bears are all sentient, but this one in particular is a little bit better because he can like,
Little bear?
see, Little Bear.
Mother bear. What's the matter?
I think he's sick
I'm thirsty.
and thirsty.
He's lying, dude.
Yeah.
You see that? He was lying. He's like,
He's gonna put the thermometer.
I'm just really thirsty. I want some soda pop.
He's gonna put the thermometer on the lamp, so he's got a fever.
There you go. But you don't remember Little Bear?
No, I mean like vaguely, but like I didn't watch this show regularly, so I don't think so.
Okay. Well, anyways, I did it right really good. I just have the Manhattan's schematics on my screen. I'm gonna make it my desktop background.
And get a T-shirt.
No, make it a cell phone case.
Oh my god!
Like the back of it.
Yeah.
The schematics.
That'd be great. You have to.
You're like you never know when you may need it.
You need a bigger phone.
For real, dude. I do. A way bigger phone. Call Merlin Corp. All right. So this whole after show was actually about shipping comic books. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So we were talking about last year when we did a convention, and I had to bring back comic books after a show.
I was super impressed, dude, because I was like, how are you going to get all these comic books on the plane? And you're like, the same way I get snakes on a plane. And boom, you freaking have multiple short boxes stacked on each other in your suitcase.
Yeah, so I have the perfect size suitcase, and I fly at a very specific airline in a very specific way so that I could travel with 70-pound weight luggage, which is 2 short boxes stacked on top of each other that fits perfectly in this suitcase. Okay? And I get to like 68 pounds is about what it is. 68 point some odd pounds, depending on slabs or what's happening with the books. And I forgot, unfortunately, when I booked my flight back.
Yeah, we got a different airline.
I
That's what it
chose
was.
the wrong airline. I don't know what I was thinking. And so that weight limit is 50 pounds.
Right.
So luckily I sold enough where I was one short box lighter. So we had to rearrange the suitcases so that they were all 50 pounds or less, because the second you go over 50 pounds, you're hit with like $100 surcharge because you're over the allotted weight amount. Something crazy like that per suitcase.
Yeah, and you had multiple suitcases.
Yeah, so problem is when I rearrange the suitcases, they're going to be floating around in there through a flight, and obviously suitcases get thrown around by people operating in the airports. So to kind of fill that gap of space, we had to get, I wasn't sure what to put there because I just didn't know, and then it hit me. I need to get bags. I need big bags. So they have.
Okay. Hold on. Let's explain this to the community here who didn't watch this. It was kind of a quick little part of the vlog.
Yeah, we
this
did.
past
You're
year
right.
we
We did have it in
last
our
year,
vlog.
this past year in January, and what ended up happening is we were like sitting in the middle of the airport, and you kept having to go back because you're trying to this whole process to figure out the weight and what we can take on and what they will take. You had to go and talk to him like 4 times.
Oh, it was really complicated. And she was being really difficult.
Dude, you were so mad.
I was so frustrated. I was like, come on. And then like at one point we weighed the suitcase.
Yeah.
All right. And the scale that I used that they had me pack it.
That's right. It was a different weight.
It was a different weight than the suitcase than when I was weighing it in front of her.
Yeah, we both stood there together, zeroed out the scale, put it on there, packed it all up, took it off, checked it again, took it off. You walked it back up. It wasn't the same weight. The weight changed.
Yeah, it went up.
In the 10 feet away. It just like the weight went up somehow.
Yeah, and I was just like, I just rolled my eyes. I remember looking at you across. I gave you like this glare, like, oh my god,
what is happening?
Yeah, it was nuts. And so to keep the boxes from floating around aimlessly in a large suitcase, a short box, I asked this lady for a. So there's bags you get at airports to put like strollers in or baby seats, something to protect it. So you put them
just
in a
the
huge
seat.
bag.
You don't put the babies in the bag. You put just the seat.
Right, absolutely. Okay, don't. Yeah, come on, guys. You understand that, right? Just no bad parenting here. and I blew into a big bubble this bag because it's a heavy, thick bag. So I
You
knew
make a freaking balloon.
I made a balloon. All right. And so it's this big air pocket. I made a huge air pocket for like 2 to 3 suitcases. All right. Tied this big knot, but I had to get more bags from her. Okay. The first time I had like 1 or 2.
Dude, when we closed that first suitcase,
Yeah.
we accomplished something there.
We
I'll
did.
never forget that moment.
That was a win.
Dude, that was a win, dude. I wanted to get a tattoo with you, dude. I was like, dude, we triumphant. Let's do it.
That's
We're
right.
taking over.
And so I go back to get another bag, and again, I get this just gruff from this gal. She gives me like a
she
look.
didn't
I'm
want
just
you to
like,
take it.
these
She's-
are made for. I was like, ma'am.
She's like,
you
no,
kidding me?
she's like, these are made for strollers. You can only have one. Didn't she say she can only have
Something
one?
like snarky like that. I was like, I spent a lot of money with your airline, your tickets. You are going to give me another bag, and I don't really want to hear about it. This is ridiculous. Okay? I'm already doing the song and dance, which is fine. For my fault for booking the wrong flight, but don't tell me I get one bag. You know what I mean?
Like,
Like,
you're
it
in
was
comic fan. We're like,
crazy.
again, plastic bag. It's
Right.
like a little plastic bag,
They
you
have
know.
a whole roll of them. I mean, there's nobody in line. There's nothing. I'm not holding up anybody. Okay? It's not like this is some crazy holiday weekend. This is a Monday.
Dude, there was nobody in line.
Somewhere in the month.
They're just chilling out front.
Yeah, it's not that like she's swamped and busy. You know?
This ain't San Diego. This is a small convention.
Yes, in a small airport, small
No cosplay
convention.
at the convention. You know, this is like not a whole lot of people going in and out. One weekend. Too much weight, dude. You had like 1 pound extra.
It was 1 pound at one point, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So I had to move like a pair of pants or something like that.
She
And
made you do it, dude.
yeah, she made me do it. I was like, "Okay, I'll shift this over since this is like 48 and this is 51, and it says 50 over there. I will shift this over for you."
You should have started putting the pants on. All right, I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants. You want to put a 3rd pair of pants on?
It
Is
was
the
interesting.
plane going to be okay?
Yeah, it was interesting because like even when we finally got through it, it's like she wasn't happy. Like she's like, "Dang it, they figured it out." You know, it's just like,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you're hoping that it's in customer service. You're like, oh, you know what? If they don't have what they want, they'll just leave and you have to deal with them. Kind of felt like it was one of those situations.
yeah,
But we were the comic people. So what's funny is we have like short boxes filled with very expensive comic books all over the place. We had them out. We were like, we got to move them. We're moving them in between short boxes. You remember that? We're putting them on the like bench so that we can move them around and then put things inside the short box and then wrap those things up. And then we're all right. We think we got it. We shook it. We gave it the shake test. It felt like it was safe. But then the whole plane ride, we're just like, but like, what if it pops? What if it moves enough and then all of a sudden they all fall out and they're just all in there lodged?
yeah. What if like the cold air somehow, weather change between like pressures will somehow deflate the bag? Who knows? Like I didn't quite know what was going to happen, and we didn't know until we got the suitcases. And like when that was kind of stressful because we had to unzip 3 of them. So
It was like a second triumphant moment.
yeah, because it's
We were
like,
like, hell yes, dude, we did it.
yeah, we checked each one. Each one was fine. Like everyone was just like, come on, yes, that worked. That's great.
All right, one of 3, 2 of 3. All right, we got 3 for 3. We're gonna do it.
Yep, this is great.
Oh, we did it. It was a good time.
And now you know.
Now you know. This is how you ship comic books when you are traveling. You put them in your suitcase and
You give it an airbag.
you actually get a toddler seat airbag.
Absolutely.
All right. There you go, comic fan. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We hope that you found some value in this conversation.
How could you not?
I don't know.
There's a lot of value here.
You can let us know by leaving us a review if you're listening to us on iTunes. I believe Spotify has reviews as well. We appreciate the feedback. It goes a long way. And we'll see you next week.